Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your player partner, Cardinal Mac, chilling live with tattoo artist Leah Garcia. How are you doing?
Hello, good.
Good.
Oh, you're kicking it.
So, where'd you grow up, and how old were you when you became interested in art?
Man, I've pretty much been an artist my whole life. I came from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Born in New Mexico?
I was born in New Mexico in Verdoso, and and just that's where I'm from, and came to California and kind of started my career.
Like, when did you notice that you started getting into art?
Oh God,
At a young age or earlier?
I think my whole life I've been into art. I've always been into art. I've had family members teach me. I remember being a little girl and drawing, old school pictures and crosses, and my Theo would show me how to, make it right and the proportions and how important it was. So, pretty much forever. It's been a little girl.
So when did you become interested in tattooing, and did you have like an artist that was one of your inspirations?
Well, I actually started tattooing when, I was pretty much about 24. I got really interested in it. Some friends of mine were encouraging me to tattoo. They loved my art.
That's when you picked up your first tattoo gun at 24?
Yeah. A good friend of mine seen some drawings that I was doing at the time and just encouraged me to do it, asked me if they were giving me a tattoo machine, would I do it? And just kind of walked me through it and said, you have it, you should do it. And
go for it.
And go for it. So I pretty much just went from there.
What was your first tattoo that you did?
Oh gosh, my first tattoo that I did was actually following lines of a previous tattoo that they had.
You just traced it, or?
Yeah, I was just tracing it, just to see how I did.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, it was like, here, let's see if you can follow these lines. It's already what I have.
How did that come out? Did it feel?
It was good.
The gun,
was good. I kind of just jumped into it, and before you know it, it was kind of like, everybody loved it, and I did my first piece.
Besides that trace, what was the first one that you did? Do you remember?
I was actually a sword. It was a sword that I did. It was like a snake and a sword, and then everybody loved it, and just kind of went from there.
So how old were you when you got your first tattoo, and what was it?
My first tattoo, I was actually pretty young. I got it without permission. I was 14 years old. I got it from a friend.
Wow, that's pretty young.
Yeah,
that was the homie hookup?
It was the homie hookup, and it was pretty dope. And I remember when...
What was the tattoo?
It was a rose. It was a rose, and it came out really cool. And I remember when I showed my mom, she was like, she said, well, at least it's nice.
Oh, you didn't get in trouble over it?
She's like, well, it's already there. So that was her thing was, she was pretty strict, but at that point, it's a tattoo. Like, you can't really take it off, so.
Does she have any tattoos?
She does. She actually lets me tattoo her.
Oh, yeah? Oh, that's pretty cool.
I love it. Yeah, she's
How many
really
people
cool.
tattoo their mom?
Yeah, she's actually really dope. Being from New Mexico and I'm here in California, my mother has actually flown me home to tattoo her.
That's cool. Is she heavily tattooed like you?
No. Not as much as me, but she has hers. And she's actually planning a new one. So she just messaged me her photos of what she wanted. So it's pretty exciting.
So mom, she'll be home soon.
I will be home soon. See you soon.
So how did you actually learn how to tattoo, and how would you describe your style?
Wow. I learned through friends. Other artists were very encouraging, very supportive. They pretty much walked me through it. To be honest with you, I was pretty scared. I've never picked up a tattoo machine and done it on my own, but because people loved my art so much, they were supportive and pretty much coached
So would you
me.
tattoo your actual patterns that you drew, or other people's patterns?
I could do either or. It's pretty much custom, whatever's custom art. If there's something that you like, that you want, that's, your pattern, I can photocopy whatnot, never damage your original. I can customize it. I can copy paste, crop. It's in custom. Whatever you want, we'll make it work. And I just tattoo what pretty much.
Do most people ask for a custom tattoo, or they just take it here, do this?
Well, some people come to me with this exact thing. They want sister tattoos, mom tattoos, memorial tattoos, something their brother drew. It's different. Every situation is different. So I pretty much work with my clients to whatever they want and just make it work.
How would you describe your style of tattooing?
My style, I pretty much like black and white. I love black and white shading. I just like in photography. I like black and white photos, so I think it kind of comes across in my art as well. The same.
You would think that's your specialty?
Yeah, I think so. I like to shade.
But you're able to do color if
I like color. I think as far as like preference, I think it goes, like I said, hand in hand with even just my style. As far as my style, I love black and white photos with just like a little contrast, little bit of color.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that appeals to me more than, the vibrant colors. So I think that's just where I'm at as far as my style. But as far as what I can give somebody, it's their whatever they want. But
that's just what you like, yeah.
What I like, I love black and white and just like a little dab of color here and there makes it pop.
So you tattoo all kinds of different people all the time. What would you say is your average client?
Oh man, that's a hard one a little bit. I pretty much tattoo everybody. Well, pretty much everybody and their mama.
And their mama.
And your mama and your auntie and your baby mama too.
Everybody.
Everybody. I get kids that have waited. I had my favorite client.
Kids? You tattoo kids?
No. I tattooed his father. And 4 years later, I got a phone call. This is one of my favorite clients. I got a phone call 4 years later, and he said, "Hey, I don't know if you remember me, but my name is so-and-so, and you tattooed my dad about 4 years ago. I just turned 18, and I've been waiting for you." He said, "I want you to do my first tattoo."
Did he get a matching tattoo like his dad or something else?
No, he didn't get a matching tattoo, but he did get his own, and he,
But
had
that's
his
cool.
own
He
style.
remembered you,
But he, I'll always remember that phone call. He said, "Man, you tattooed my dad, and you tattooed the family." And he said, "I waited for you for about 4 years." And he goes, "I'm 18.
He didn't try to hit you up before?
No,
He waited?
He didn't. He actually called me on I don't know if it was a condition of his family, like you have to wait till your 18th birthday. But it was actually his birthday. It was his 18th birthday, and he said, "I've been waiting for you, and I'm coming to get tatted. Like, make me an appointment."
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty dope. So I mean, and I started from his father. Like, I knew his family, his dad, and then 4 years later, the son called me on his 18th birthday. So it's pretty much everybody.
What would you say are the do's and don'ts for tattooing as far as an artist and if you're a customer?
Oh, wow. As an artist, the do's, oh gosh, it's a little bit tricky. The do's. Research your artist. Be patient. Those are the big things, is be patient. As an artist, be patient with people, work with them. You want them to be happy. So I pretty much I'd rather people kind of research what they do and be ready and prepared. The do's, be prepared. Research, know what you want, be specific. So that way when you get in the studio, you know what you want. You're ready to go and just cut to the chase. I know exactly what you want. Because if you come in indecisive, it just makes it a little bit harder. It's time consuming.
Like, say if somebody's not really sure, do you just, all right, is that what you want? We'll go for it. Or do you try to get a little bit more into it?
I give them, I try to be patient with my clients, because I want my clients to walk out of my studio and just be happy. I want them to be like ecstatic about what they have and just be like, man, this is something that I'm going to look at on my body forever, and to be happy. So as an artist, the do's, I be patient with your clientele, and because in the long run, if you spend a little bit more time and you're more prepared, then you walk out of there happy, everybody's happy. And sometimes it's a little time consuming, but you gotta make it work for everybody. I want them to be happy with my work. I want them to be happy with what they've received, and everybody's happy. So
what about not to do as a client?
As far as my clients go, my not to do is my biggest thing is, if you're going to contact an artist and you want work, be prepared. Me personally, I'm pretty busy. And I would love to be able to just, have a sit-down consultation and walk through it and the whole 9 yards. But I have a very busy schedule. So as a client, I'd suggest be prepared. Like I said before, do your research, just like you do your research for an artist and you want to find a good artist and their style, make sure it fits your style. Be prepared for your artist. Know what you want, be financially ready. If you want a tattoo and you know what it is and you're financially ready for it, hit me up. You know what I mean? But if you're...
Do you get a lot of people like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that?
I understand that part of it. You just want to guesstimate. I get it. Totally about guesstimate. Like, how much would this run? But leave it at that. Like, if you know you're not ready, like, don't make plans and don't waste your time. Don't waste people's time. If you're not ready, you're not ready. But just say, hey, I just want a quote. I'm not necessarily ready. I just want to see where we're at. And that's good too.
And let you know like that. Like, I'm not ready yet, but I want one.
Let me know. Like, hey, exactly. I'm not necessarily ready for that. I just want to see what I'm looking at. So say, hey, it's a luxury. It's definitely, tattoos are a luxury item, and you have to pay bills first. Totally understandable. So if you need a quote, let it be known, and then further notice or whatever, I'll hit you up. But don't make appointments, and I just feel like if you're going to want something, be prepared, and then and let them know it's just a quote. I'm not ready to book an appointment right now. It's a little courtesy,
little heads up,
little courtesy, for your artist, because we're busy and we have so many people. I know other artists have so many people hitting them up, and if it's just for a quote, that's fine. How much? Let me know what I'm looking at so I know what to be prepared to come see you. And I'm more than happy with that. But let people know, don't make it like you're ready to come right now.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about your tattoos. You're pretty heavily tattooed.
Just a little bit.
Like, when you started getting tattoos, did you think it would go that far?
Funny thing, actually, my very first tattoo artist that tattooed me, his words were, I think you're going to get addicted. So I see that. So I think he saw it before everybody else, because I saw it before everybody else. And then before you know it, I love art. And me personally, I love it. I love everything about it.
When you started getting tattoos, did you start on one section and just keep going, or just all different areas?
Pretty much different areas. I was just, kind of random with it, and then it went from randomness to a collage. So pretty much just built up.
So do you have pretty much everything tattooed except your face?
I'd say probably.
Or you still have parts of your face?
I do. I don't have my whole face, but I'd say probably at least 70%. 70% covered.
Do you plan on doing like a full body suit?
You know what? Honestly, only because of the pain. I'll be honest. I'm a big crybaby when it comes to tattoos. I'm totally a crybaby about it. They hurt, and there's things, numbing cream, totally up for it. Like, I'm always open because they hurt. They hurt. Everybody always assumes I just love the pain. I love tattoos, not the pain.
Which one's the most painful one that you experienced?
God, I'd say my ribs, my stomach, my ribs. My throat is pretty savage. It's your body. It's gonna hurt. It's just gonna hurt. Can't go.
Which everybody that you ask, they're gonna tell you a different. Area.
And then some areas hurt less than others. There's some that my arm, family, got a whole bunch of family right there. Everybody, and then pretty much
at the neck.
Work in progress. Getting it done.
What do you got on this arm?
The mama. My lips, those are mine. The kiss of death.
Damn.
Those are my lips. It's pretty much everything. Get a grip. That's what my knuckles say. I mean, I got jewelry, but it's get a grip. And they're kind of faded, so.
So from your collage, do you have a favorite tattoo and a least favorite tattoo? Maybe one that you might have regretted?
My favorites. My favorites would have to be my family. I have portraits and things like that. Just my family members, and those are absolutely my favorites. I love photos. Big on,
Since
It's
you're
kind of
into
like my
photography.
photo, yeah, the photography, and it's just, they're my family. I had somebody joke with me one time and say, "Why not buy a photo album?" I said, "I have tons of photo albums, but I just want to see it wherever I go. I don't need to have my book with me to. It's just for me, my family. I love my family, and I love having them on me, and so those are my favorites."
I'd say that's one of the best tattoos you could get.
Yeah, it's a family, and it's them. I just they're meaningful. It's just I love them. So
Do you have any regrets?
my regrets. I have a few that I didn't really just random tattoos. I think everybody has a random tattoo. I have a couple things that I want to touch up and cover up and things like that, and I can actually cover up tattoos too if you need that. But yeah, I have some mistakes.
Have you tried to cover up any of your own?
Well, I have. I actually did because I had a lot of little stuff here and there. When I first started, I wanted a little piece here and a little piece there, and then eventually I wanted larger pieces, and they're kind of like roadblocks. So now I have to cover them up in order to get the look that I'm looking for, a grander piece. So I do have certain things. So, right now I'm just kind of like thinking if I would have just went full blown at first, I wouldn't have to do touch ups and cover ups, but that's, it's a part of the game. It's the way it is.
You find that out later, huh?
Yeah, it is what it is. So, you have to think long term, like if you want like this little tiny tattoo and you're going to be happy. And then later on you find yourself like, oh, I want to go bigger. That's part of the industry. You do cover ups. So, you do them bigger and better sometimes. So.
Do you plan on getting any other tattoos anytime soon? And if you do you know what it is?
My next tattoo, I plan on getting more tattoos. Absolutely. Oh gosh. I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on. My next tattoo is going to be a jungle, but one animal at a time. But as far as I want to do my neck, I'm working on that. I have some other stuff. I want to add color. I want vibrant.
Do you
color.
draw your own patterns for your tattoos?
Sometimes. I actually, not necessarily. I kind of just go with things that I like. I love browsing. I love other artists. I love looking at other artists and seeing their art. I think it's just a new, versus just my art. I love looking at other artists and seeing their art. It's just like, wow, I want their art. So I kind of put my personal tattoo in their hands, kind of like, whatever their judgment kind of thing, like their art kind of thing. I don't know.
Besides tattooing, you're also a professional piercer, right?
Yes. Yeah, I do piercings.
How'd you get into that?
Funny story. I was actually doing tattoos at a tattoo shop in San Jose, and their main piercer had to leave the company. And she called me Christmas Eve and asked me to come in and do kind of a crash course to walk me through it. She didn't want to leave us hanging. Like I said, we're all in for each other. So she said, "Can you come in? I want to teach you."
Were you interested in
stuff.
it before that, or was it just kind of random?
Yeah, it was kind of random a little bit. Like I've always loved piercings, but I didn't necessarily do them until like I was already tattooing at the shop, doing my thing, and then she was basically leaving the company, and she said, "I'm going to pass the torch. I need you to take care of them. This is what you need to do. Walk me through it." And before you know it, like, there we go. Tattoos and piercings.
What's the most common piercing that most people go in for, and what's popular at the moment?
I'd say tongues and belly buttons. Those are pretty common. And what's popular right now is nipple piercings. Everybody loves those. They're like super sexy, so everybody loves that. So those ones, I'd say those.
Is there a certain piercing that you won't do?
Not necessarily. I mean, pretty much like if somebody comes in and they want something, there are some that are just for show. There's kind of temporary tattoos for like photographic purposes, photo shoots and whatnot. So they're not like, but I pretty much do everything. There's some things that are just, I do everything. I'm pretty much all the way around.
Do you do body modifications too? I know not a lot of people are into that.
Right now, no. I get a lot of people that do contact me for that. Like get their tongue split and whatnot. But
I've been seeing that a lot more lately.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. A lot of people like that. I don't, me personally, I don't do that, or I don't tattoo the eyeballs and things like that. But I have a lot of amazing friends that can point you in the right direction if that's what you're interested in. But me personally, I don't go.
Do people hit you up for that?
Yeah, people. I mean, it's the tattoo industry, so they ask me like, for just different things, cosmetic tattooing, cosmetic makeup, things like that, like body modifications. It kind of goes hand in hand. Me personally, I don't do the body modification, but like I said, I have a lot of good contacts. So if you ever want one, I can point you in the right direction.
Would you be interested in doing that in the future, or that's just not your thing?
I do want to eventually. I've had some people that want to show me some things. I just haven't necessarily really tapped into that right now. I right now it's just, exotic body art, things like that, or tattoos, but as far as the modifications, the tattooing of the eyeballs, things like that, I don't go there right now, but, later on, I got to get a crash course in that too.
What's the most painful piercing that people complain to you about?
Oh, I'd say it has to be probably the nipple piercing. I've had a lot of incidents where people are just like, they can't take it because it's a dual. So when they start one and it's just crazy pain, and so there's that in between crazy moment because they can't deal with it, so it's funny.
Do a lot of people take off just with one?
I've had some people that decided to do one, but it's a pair, so you got to kind of just man up and take it. But they do hurt. They do hurt. It's worth it. It's a good pain, no pain, no gain. So you know how it is. So.
Where has your career taken you traveling wise?
Oh, wow. So currently Neverland. But seriously,
inside joke.
Everywhere. Everywhere. Dude, there's just my career. God, it's opened so many doors. It's amazing. Like I never thought I could just go as many places as I do as an artist, but people love art, and people are genuinely cool. So I go a lot of places, just all over California, New Mexico, like just everywhere. And I have so many other places that I want to see. So it has not over yet.
So I know you're into like all kinds of different things. You're also into photography, right?
Yes. Actually, I am. I love photographs. Oh gosh, I love photography, and so I've done a little bit of stuff. I've jumped in as a photographer. I've been able to do like different events and things like that. Just supporting other people, doing. I feel like as a photographer, I get to capture their moment. Like people, support me, and I love that part about photography is. Capturing that moment, that beautiful moment for somebody else. So I do have a soft spot for photography.
You're also into the lowrider scene, right? I met you at I think it was a street low car show in San Jose.
Yeah, I actually love Street Low. They're amazing people. Gosh, they love tattoos. I love Lolos.
Like how'd you get into the lowrider scene?
Gosh, I've always loved lowriders. As far as how I got involved into the lowrider scene, man, I've loved lowriders my whole life.
It's in the DNA.
Yeah, DNA, just Española. Like I said, I come from New Mexico, and if a lot of people know the history, the lowrider capital of the world is Española, New Mexico. So, it's kind of like in there. So, it goes hand in hand with everything I do, so.
So what kind of car do you drive?
Right now, I'm actually working on an Impala. I have a
what year?
1966 Chevy Impala, and beautiful.
Is that your dream car?
She is actually. Like I said, I mentioned before, I'm from New Mexico. So if anybody knows any little New Mexico history, Route 66 is the major freeway, and being from New Mexico and moving to California, I spent a lot of time traveling that highway. So, and before that, I've always loved 66. So now that I have her, it's kind of sentimental. You know what I'm saying? Route 66, New Mexico, California. Like, it just reminds me of all that highway mileage. And so my car's a little more sentimental than, you would think.
So what are your plans for the 66?
Oh, wow. My plans for the 66, Mamacita 66.
That's the name of it?
Yeah, I know I've named her, but I'm Mommy. I think everybody calls me Mommy. So, my plans for her, I wanted her to see the world. I want her to I want to get out there and I want to sightsee, take her sightseeing and just.
Do you want it like for strictly show only or daily driver?
I'm kind of up in the air. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to use her. At this point, what I want to do is I want to go original. Because she's my baby. Like, I'm just starting this project for her. I've had other cars in the past, like G-bodies, but she's an Impala. So, like I said, you asked if it was my dream car.
Last time we met up, you had the Regal in the driveway.
Yeah, I had the Regal in the driveway. And, that one was just a project. And, it was just like this one with the Impala, she's actually my dream car. She's my dream girl. So I decided to just solely focus on her. I gave up every other, my Regal and everything else I had going on. I said, I'm going to focus on just this one. Because she's the one that I wanted, and I can't wait to rock her. She's gonna be dope. She's beautiful already, baby blue. Oh my god, it's just beautiful.
She'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I love it. I'm excited.
Before we go, do you have any shout outs for anybody?
Yeah, I'd love to shout out my family and my friends and my clientele. I love you guys, my supporters, people who have just supported me, believed in me, encouraged me. You guys are the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I would be anywhere where I am without you guys. And you guys
got a lot of support from a lot of people.
It's just insane. Like, just the love that I feel from everybody. Like, I'm blessed with you guys. Like, I couldn't have done it without you guys. I want to say thank you so much. I love it. I appreciate you. And this one's for you guys.
Keep showing the love.
Show the love. I got you. I love you back.
All right, Leah. Thanks for taking the time for the interview today. Don't forget to check out all her social media and catch her in a city near you.
Follow me.
That's right. We're out. Peace.
Peace.